Hey, how's it going, folks? Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Glad to be with you here at bangthebook.com. Always excited to join Adam Burke on the Sports Betting Podcast. I'm on with Adam every Tuesday. He does a great job all week long. Follow me on Twitter at Brian Blessing. We're focusing on NCAA football and the games coming up this week and trying to anticipate where some of these numbers may go. Let's start with Hawaii and Army. This is Hawaii off a layoff. Yeah, long travel, but they can get there early. In their first three games, they've scored 43, 59, and 43, and they've allowed 34, 41, and 29. Army lost to Duke, but beat Liberty, who had a big upset win, and they were in a letdown spot. The bottom line is here, Army's laying 6.5. Not sure about the side, but I will tell you, 62.5, that's a total that will likely go on the rise. Hawaii's defense is suspect, but that's a really good offense. Look for that total to go up. Then we go to Temple and Maryland, who's off to a 2-0 start. Maryland laying 15.5. A lot of people thought Maryland wasn't going to be very good this year. Emotional win. They beat Texas, then beat Bowling Green. Temple lost a regional game to Villanova, who literally played their lungs out in that game. Then they lost to a good Buffalo team. I think this might be an inflated number, and the dog could be someone you stare at in this particular game. Interesting game here. Florida State laying 3.5 at Syracuse. The total here is the idea for me. Total 63. This Syracuse team can score. They put up 55 on Western Michigan. Wagner, 62. The bottom line is Florida State. This is a team, they lost that first game to Virginia Tech. They're going to score against Syracuse. I think this is a total that certainly could go up as the week progresses. Then Oklahoma and Iowa State. Iowa State always is a dangerous team in these big spots. As a home dog, they pull off a big upset every year. Now, they lost 13-3 to Iowa. Well, Iowa's not that good, but they're good defensively. And Iowa State's only game because their first game was postponed. Oklahoma 2-0, beat Florida Atlantic, beat UCLA. It's a lot of points to lay going on the road. Vandy and Notre Dame. What do we do with Notre Dame here? 14.5-point favorites. Michigan get the win, letdown spot. They survive against Ball State. But Vandy, 2-0 against Middle Tennessee State and Nevada. Again, might be a lot of points. SEC team, lower-rung SEC team, still catching a lot of points. LSU, how about them? They beat Miami, Southeast Louisiana, 2-0. Auburn beats Washington, Alabama State. That number's 10, down to 9.5. Maybe Orgeron got something to work here with LSU. Could be a lot of points in that particular game. Then you go to New Mexico State. You always take the points in this regional rivalry. Pretty interesting here. New Mexico 5.5 on the road. They're 1-1. 45-15 loss against Wisconsin. Well, as long as they didn't get beat up in that game, it could leg them up to get into this game. Then we get to go in Boise State, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's 3. The total 63.5. Points galore is expected here. This Oklahoma State team could score. I think Boise State might be rounding back to what they were. The total would be the look here. Expect the total to go up. USC and Texas. Really interesting game. USC beat UNLV, but it didn't look good in the first half in that game. Then they lost 17-3 to Stanford. And again, you're looking at a rookie quarterback going on the road here. Texas looked really pedestrian. This might be one of the games where they kind of wake up. Then you go to Ohio State and TCU. And if you played TCU, it is clearly a play on the coach, Gary Patterson. And Urban Meyer, not yet. Gary Patterson catching points is always a dangerous guy. It could be a little mini trap spot in this particular game. And then finally, Eastern Michigan and Buffalo. And Buffalo's laying 4.5 here. This is a big game. Big game in the back. Eastern Michigan comes off a win over Purdue. This could be a midi letdown spot for Eastern Michigan. Buffalo gets a win against Tampa, who I don't think is that bad. And Tyree Jackson's a good quarterback. And Buffalo's the sleeper pick in the MAC. That win against Purdue, Eastern Michigan, gets respect for. I think Buffalo could be laying in the weeds here. And that's a number, I think, 4.5, 5. That's a number that could go up. Look for that number to go up. Always trying to see where the number is going to go. Get ahead of the number. That's the way to do it, because over the long haul, if you get the best of the number, it'll make a difference for you. And that's why we talk about it here at bangthebook.com, as does Adam Burke. Follow him on Twitter at bangthebook, and we'll be back with you to get you ready for week 2 of the NFL. And it's still a Rubik's Cube. What do we make of what happened in week 1? That's coming up in another video right here at bangthebook.com.